Hello and welcome to today's video, which really is going to help you get much higher grades. I'm going to do the video as a bit of a story, and there are 4 elements to my story that lead up to the payoff. And if you don't want to hear the story, and of course why make this the worst first date you've ever had, you can jump straight to number 5 and find out how you can get every revision guide that you need from Amazon right now for free. But the story of how I got there might interest you, and it might not. So once upon a time, I wasn't a teacher. In fact, I was a tax inspector. And here it was in sunny Swindon, and my office used to be up there. And I was a kind of financial detective, working out where businesses were cheating all of us out of taxes. And so that's how I spent my life, being a kind of accounts missing money detective. But I got a bit bored with that job because the government kept going after the little guy who was squirreling away maybe £2,000, and the big business that was squirreling away 2 million sort of got away with it, and if they got caught, well, they got fined just a few £1,000. And that deeply upset me. I wanted a job where I was going to make a difference. So I was really lucky. I knew the head teacher, Mr. Salt, of Commonweal School in Swindon. And he said, Mr. Salles, although he didn't call me Mr. Salles, come and work for me. I'll train you up to be a teacher. And I said, surely that's impossible. I haven't got any teaching qualifications. And he said, aha, the government has introduced a new scheme and you can train on the job with me. Well, this was really cool. I took a 50% salary cut and I was never happier. I was actually starting to make a difference. I could see students getting better results. I was so excited that I moved to the road next door to the school. So in that tiny picture of me, I'm standing in the alley that loads of students use just to walk to the school at the end of the alley. So then along comes this invention you've probably heard of called the internet. And gradually I learned to use a computer, and then eventually I entered a strange competition and create a YouTube channel in March 2011. As you can see, I get hardly any views. I just post a couple of videos up there. But come to the exam season of June 2013, I'm head of English and I want my students to do brilliantly. So we take loads of them up to the library and I deliver a masterclass on Of Mice and Men, which you can see is still my top video. It's had 1.5 million minutes of watch time. And I also filmed a session on an inspector calls, which has also had 1.5 million views. Now, the idea behind those was that my students would get my masterclass for an hour. Obviously, they wouldn't pay attention to everything. How can you? But they would get the video to go back and revise. And those who wanted to get top grades could, because they'd go back and see the video. So this is when I fell in love with YouTube. And as you can see, hardly anybody watched them then, just a few thousand. And then each year, it's gone up and up. These big spikes are exam season. And gradually, I've got better at making videos. So this video, my 5th ranked of all time, I only made a couple of months ago. And it's now my 5th most popular video that I've ever made. And that's pretty exciting because it tells me I'm getting better as a teacher. And that means I'm making more of a difference, which you remember is why I started teaching in the first place. But at the same time, I discovered I was pretty rubbish at business. Because, as you know, I keep banging on about getting grades 7, 8 and 9. And obviously most students think, well, I'm never going to do that, Mr. Salles. I'm not going to bother watching you. I'll go and watch some other famous YouTuber. And I'll make that YouTuber get loads of money through advertising, and I'll buy their guides, and thanks, Mr. Salles, you look like a potato head, but goodbye. And then not only do I make my videos aimed at getting the top grades, I also do the same with all my revision guides. So what on earth am I doing? Why am I such an idiot? You know, I thought, well, wouldn't it be nice to make a living out of these guides that I'm doing for students? And so I looked up the most popular guides in the universe, which are the Snap revision guides. They're super easy to read. You could read the whole thing in about 45 minutes, which of course is the attention span of most students. And so I bought this one and read it and thought, wow, I could write one of these a week and earn a fantastic living. But there was a problem. And this comes back to why I'm rubbish at business. It wasn't making a difference. I didn't read this guide and think my students are going to sail into grade 7, 8 and 9. Not at all. I thought my students are going to get grade 5. Yes, but I'm not interested in grade 5 because I know that students who are getting grade 5 in year 11 can actually get grade 7 or grade 8. And every year I prove that in school. I get fantastic results from students who are not predicted to get them. And so it upsets me to aim lower. Again, that makes me a rubbish businessman. So if you looked at my latest revision guide, the Guide to Literature, you'd find that it was pretty big. You know, Amazon tell me it's 177 pages long. And most students are going to go, what? 177 pages? No way, man. I don't want to read that. I'm 16. So there I am. I'm stuck. Like, am I going to make a difference to students? Well, no, not if they're not going to bother reading the revision guides. But yes, because the videos are free, so they can watch those. So I'm reasonably happy. And then I noticed something on Amazon. So this is the page I get as an Amazon author. And so here are my ebooks down here. And I have a look at it. And there's this thing called KDP Select at the bottom. And it's also at the top. So eventually I click on it. And Amazon say to me, look, Mr. Salles, you can make loads more money. And so you read the fine print and it says, look, you're going to earn 70% on everything that we sell in Japan, India, Brazil and Mexico. Well, you can imagine I'm not so excited about that because not many people are studying GCSE English, literature and language in Japan, Brazil and Mexico. But quite a few people, about 0.5% of my viewers, do live in India. So I thought, well, it's free. It's not going to cost me anything. I'll see if I can sell my stuff in India because quite a few people post comments on my YouTube channel saying, I can't buy your books out in India, Mr. Salles. What are you going to do about it? So I clicked this button, Enroll Now. So here's the graph of my sales of revision guides. And as you can see, as we get closer to the exam, I'm selling obviously fewer and fewer guides because, you know, why would you bother ordering a paperback if the exam's tomorrow? You wouldn't. But then a new graph appears. And this graph is about what happens when I enroll my books in Kindle Select. What it means is you as a reader don't have to buy my revision guide. You can instead just jump in and pick the pages you want to read. I thought this was really interesting. So on May the 4th, 2 days after I'd done it, people across the world had read 2,600 pages of different pages in my revision guide. Well, that was suddenly a fascinating bit of information because it's got a massive advantage for you as a student. It means, for example, that let's say you wanted to read about Great Expectations or The Tempest, books that aren't often studied. Well, you don't want to buy a whole revision guide, but you could just go to the pages where I've written about that in here. Or you might want to study something about Jekyll and Hyde or Macbeth. Well, you just read those bits without having to buy the whole guide. You might look at the Inspector Calls and say, well, yeah, I know everything about all the characters, but what about the themes, Mr. Salles? And you could just go to the themes pages without having to buy the book. I thought, whoa, this is a game changer. If I'm a student revising, I can get exactly what I need without having to wait around for a book to arrive and without having to pay any money. No, this is the amazing bit. You don't pay any money at all. So Kindle Unlimited lets you see an unlimited number of books. In fact, every single book that's an ebook form on Amazon. So if I just type in revision guide and scroll down, you can see I can get revision guides on every single subject that I'm studying, and I get them for free. Well, how does that work? There are over 400 pages of these. How can I get them for free? Well, it's like this. Amazon say, we're so confident in what we're offering you that we'll give you a 30-day free trial, which of course takes you beyond your exams. So for all your exams, you've got a 30-day free trial for every revision guide you could ever need. I mean, that is just absolutely stunning and amazing. Now, Mr. Salles, the rubbish businessman, would say, just go over to Amazon and check it out. Yeah, so Amazon do actually give me a tiny little bit of extra money if you click on one of my links to buy my guides. So here are my guides, and as you can see, I've sold that many copies in April to May, so the month of April, and I get a massive amount from Amazon for selling all those guides. They give me 25 extra pounds for getting people to use Amazon. However, if you use my link to sign up to Kindle Unlimited, they will actually pay me some money. And I'm happy with that because I get a bit of money, but you spend nothing. You sign up for free and then cancel after 30 days if you want. So if you'd like me to earn a little bit more from Amazon, please use the link in the description to the video. And if you just want the trial and don't want me to earn any money, well, fine. Just go to Amazon and have a look at Kindle Unlimited. Because it really is the most amazing offer that will get you through any tricky part of your revision. You'll just be able to go to the exact guide and look up the exact bit of information that you need. Well, thank you very much for watching. Good luck in your exams. See you soon on my channel.